on May 23rd, something is going to happen. And afterwards, gaming will never be the same. Or at least that's what Battlefield are hoping for. And I know that most of this channel is dedicated to CoD Zombies. Most of this channel focuses on Treyarch Easter eggs and all that good stuff. But this Battlefield Easter egg that has just been added to the game recently to promote the new Battlefield game coming out later this year is awesome, and I want to talk about it. If you want to follow along with what I'm doing in the video, you'll be able to do this Easter egg for yourself, by the way, and I'm sure there's going to be further steps found to it in coming days, so keep an eye on the interwebs, I suppose, for those. But you need to be playing Conquest on Fort de Vaux, I think the map is called. It's part of the They Shall Not Pass DLC, but you can get it for free right now on Origin if you just search it up, but you've got to be quick though, so that's the map, that's the game mode, and we're going to be focusing in this video on a secret room behind this isolement door, okay? That means isolation in French, and it's been, I think, a point of interest in the Battlefield community for a little bit now. It was kind of suspected that there might be something more to it because, I mean, you've got a door that just suspiciously says isolation above it, and you can kind of hear these weird kind of groaning zombie noises nearby. There's a good chance that something's going to come of that in the future, especially with the nature of Easter eggs in Battlefield. They're always really, really good at crafting quite intricate Easter eggs in a way that doesn't really follow the same sort of style that Treyarch might use, for instance, but it's a very unique take on Easter eggs that I really, really enjoy and like watching videos on and things like that. So people had seen this door and they were scratching their heads going, there's gotta be more. What is the key that's gonna unlock this bad boy? It's now been figured out. So you run around the map and you find these red and white signs, and each one is going to have a little kind of metal thing sticking through it on one of the letters. You've got to shoot the signs away and essentially spell out the word isolement by matching up the letter in the word that you need with the letter that has the little metal thing sticking through it on the sign. So I'll have all the locations on screen while I'm saying this, essentially. You gotta just run around the map, shoot off the thing, interact with the button beneath the sign or behind the sign, and then when you've spelt out the entire thing, you'll be right next to that isolement door. Your T is gonna be right there. Then on the other side of the wall, there's another switch for you to hit. Once you've hit that, the door will open, which is all pretty exciting. Reminds me of the Shadowed Throne, actually, that whole smuggler quest, which was really cool in its own right, but that's a topic for another video, link on screen right now. Once the door's open, you've got two things that you need to do. The first is to look at these pipes above you and start hitting them with your melee weapon, and essentially find the part of the pipe that makes a different noise to the rest of the pipe. And when you find it, you need to hit that bit of it 10 times, and then repeat that entire process 4 more times. So just keep hitting the pipe, hit all the different parts of the pipe that you can, find the bit that makes a different noise, hit it 10 times, rinse and repeat, and after you've done that whole thing 5 times, you should hear a kind of flushing noise. And one of the valves in the room that are just sitting there currently blocked will open up and be ready for use. The second thing you've got to do is go to this kind of sewer pipe type toilet looking thing in the corner. I really hope it's not a toilet. That's an awful toilet if so. Regardless of if it is or it isn't though, you need to pop a squat and drop a bomb in there. And by that, I mean a grenade. What were you thinking? God, Jesus, get your mind out of the gutter. So just drop a grenade in the hole, and it should start making some noises. You should hear some groaning and some kind of, like, yelling sounds almost from below you, as if there's a zombie down there. Interesting. Okay, so once those zombie noises have started playing, you're going to want to lie down and listen carefully for when the zombie noises are accompanied by a kind of metal clinking sound. I will play that clink for you now, so you have an idea of what I'm talking about. That sort of thing, and every single time you hear one of those zombie noises with a clink, you want to chuck another grenade down into the hole. If you've correctly identified a clinking zombie noise, then you'll be rewarded after each throw of a grenade with another zombie noise directly afterwards, so the zombie will kind of reply to your grenade almost. and then once you've done that 5 times, you'll hear another load of sounds and your second valve will unblock. Now this bit can be a little fiddly because sometimes, for example, if you throw a grenade and you throw it at the wrong time, it might reset your pattern. You've got to really be careful to make sure you're only throwing the grenades when the zombie is making that kind of clinking metal banging noise. Lying down makes it a lot easier to identify. If you do need more help though, I'm sure there'll be someone in the comments that will gladly assist you, so just ask for help down there. Once you've got that done, you're going to want to go over to those valves and you need to enter a certain combination. Now be careful here because you're going to have the option to open and close each valve, and you only want to be pressing the open button. Just don't close them. If you've already fiddled with them, that's when you're going to want to close them because closing essentially resets that valve, okay? The code that you're then going to enter is 9 opens on the left valve, 6 opens on the right valve, 2 opens back on the left valve, and 3 more opens back on that right valve. And then you'll hear a bunch more noises, and it's Easter egg complete. That's legitimately the whole thing right now. There is a little bit more for us to talk about, and there's definitely some interesting discussion to be had, but in terms of steps, that's it for now. Pending further steps being found in the next couple of days, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, that may well happen. But for now, in terms of steps, we are done, which is great. What happens? Well, you unlock a dog tag, okay, for opening this secret room and doing this Easter egg, and on that dog tag, there's a little bit of Morse code that says secret revealed. The description of it is how many more secrets are locked away, and you also, most importantly, trigger something to happen in the map that you're playing on. So before you cut out of the game and look at that dog tag, pause for a moment and notice that there's some dripping liquid coming from the ceiling all of a sudden. And it turns out that that dripping is Morse code as well. Even more Morse, and when translated, it leads you to ea.com/neverbethesame. If you then jump on the website, you see the date, May 23rd, 2018, you see the hashtag Battlefield, you see some social links so that you can tweet out saying that Battlefield will never be the same, and you reach the end of the road thus far. But there are questions remaining, okay? First of all, the description of that dog tag that we unlocked said how many more secrets are locked away. That, if ever I've seen one, is a tease that there is more coming. I really don't think that everything has quite been figured out just yet. I mean, one of the things that I noticed in the room is that the light in there is rotating weirdly. I don't know if that's just a weird Battlefield thing, but I checked another light hanging down somewhere else in the map and it didn't do the same thing, so I thought that was a little bit peculiar. But honestly, I have no idea where else they're going to go with this in the game because I'm not kind of that close to the Battlefield community. But now that I've finally walked you through all those steps and stuff, we can actually talk about the implications of this, okay? This is an Easter egg teasing EA's biggest release this year, because I think Anthem is coming next year now. But this is a huge deal that Battlefield 2018, the upcoming blockbuster entertainment launch from EA, that's going to be butting heads with games like Fortnite, Black Ops 4, Red Dead Redemption 2, all those sorts of titles, that game has had a very significant teaser, and that teaser seems to revolve around a zombie. Like, they've actually gone there. This is Battlefield, who, for so many years, have been absolutely allergic to doing anything that might even remotely seem like they are copying Call of Duty. I feel like they're just so careful about that sort of thing normally, and people have been saying for years, yo, EA, yo, DICE, you should really just make a Battlefield Zombies mode. That would be incredible. I mean, the Easter eggs are there. They've clearly got the Easter eggs know-how, so why not make it happen? It would be phenomenal. And the response, or rather the lack of response, has always kind of been indicative of the fact, in my opinion, that they just don't want to go too close to the Call of Duty flame. But now, maybe they're actually going there. And it really makes me think. I mean, Black Ops 4 at this point has had its Battle Royale mode leaked. There have been so many leaks saying that Black Ops 4 is going to have a Battle Royale, but Battlefield 2018 is also going to have a Battle Royale. And so what if, seeing as Battlefield are teasing the idea that they might be going near the theme of zombies, what if Battlefield's Battle Royale is a zombie-themed Battle Royale? Because with Call of Duty, I feel like there's a much greater likelihood that they would be really hesitant to make it zombie-themed, because For some reason, Call of Duty never really gives zombies the props that it deserves. They always seem to kind of downplay it in the marketing and prioritize campaign and multiplayer over it, and so I wouldn't be surprised if they take the safe option and make their Battle Royale just multiplayer themed, just with specialists or something like that. But with Battlefield, seeing as the zombies thing is entirely new for them, and Battle Royale is entirely new for them, maybe they'll pull those two things together. I don't know. That's just one idea. Obviously, there's always a chance that alongside a regular normal Battle Royale in Battlefield, they also have a separate zombies mode that isn't related to that at all, but it is just this new thing that DICE have created. Like, that would be amazing. And, I mean, I'm really hopeful that I get a chance to play it if so, because that would just be so cool. Like, can you imagine if in the gaps between DLCs for Treyarch or Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, whatever, in those content gaps, we just had Battlefield content instead. And it wasn't just any old Battlefield content, it was legitimate zombies Easter egg goodness, the sort of stuff that we absolutely love Treyarch for. I mean, they could develop an entire storyline for it as well, and then we could have these concurrent stories running that we'd always be able to jump between depending on what was interesting at the time. Like, that would be an ideal best case scenario for me, because I've always really enjoyed Battlefield games, but kind of at a distance. Like, I've never really been super integrated into the community or super able to play it all day, every day, just because of the fact that I'm busy with university and I'm busy making videos with Treyarch zombies, basically. And so just having an excuse to post more Battlefield and really dive into that world a little bit more would, in my opinion, be really fun. And who knows, if Battlefield are jumping on the zombies bandwagon, and they're jumping on the Battle Royale bandwagon, does this mean that other games might finally start folding and doing a similar thing? I mean, when I said gaming may never be the same at the start of this video, I really meant that I think that's EA's goal here. Like, they're trying to take the status quo and completely destroy it with whatever trailer they're going to release on the 23rd, and then I'm sure EA Play and the rest of E3 will be incredible for EA as well, and there's no doubt in my mind that they're going to be trying to disrupt every other publisher, every other game that comes out this year, and make sure that things really are never the same, so that Battlefield 2018 is the biggest success that they've had yet. That's what I can see happening. That's what they're going to be going for, at least. Let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments down below, guys, and also let me know what you think about the slight content change up. Obviously, I need to make sure that I clarify here that I didn't solve this Easter egg, okay? I literally have just copied a Jack Frags video for this video. I'm not gonna lie. I actually got a little bit of it from Westy as well, but what I'm getting at is that this isn't my work, and I'm gonna link some other creators who have done a lot of work for this in the description down below. I'd also be remiss not to actually directly shout out the Battlefield Easter egg community, because there were all sorts of people working on it to get it solved, I'm sure, no doubt, so there's a shout out for you guys. You've really done a solid job here. Well discovered, well solved, and fingers crossed we can all make some progress with whatever's next and find some more teasers for the next Battlefield game, and indeed for whatever the hell EA might be planning for this winter season. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you've enjoyed. The link on screen right now, right in the center of your screen, will take you to a mega theory I've just done explaining what I believe will be the on-disc map for Black Ops 4. It features the ultimate starves from Origins. It feels the Revelations premise crew going back in time and fighting with a middle-aged king. It's gonna be awesome, but you need to click the video to find out what that entails, okay? So go ahead and do that. I'll see you guys over there. Cheers for watching.